Now everything's so safe. The ideology that's becoming more powerful and dominant is deconstructivist, is reductivist. It's a blank slate. It is. Yeah. It's deconstruction.
Yes.
It's breaking everything apart. Now, that can exist because we're in such a magnificent bubble of wealth and security until they destroy it by deconstructing it. And then it's going to be just pure chaos, man. Like, the food shortages that are coming.
Yes.
The product of electing someone like Joe Biden out of sheer ignorance, resulting in the chaos that we've had over the past year.
I am developing the probably highly unpopular opinion, and you're welcome to pitch in on this if you think along the same lines, that we desperately need some form of hardship to make us realize that our imagined difficulties are just that. They're completely imaginary. We have much bigger things to worry about. We've just never had to worry or even think about our survival. We don't know where our food comes from. That's a huge problem we're about to learn. That's troubling. I think it's what we need.
That's the amazing thing, too. Like, I visited farms. And growing up in the city, it really was a aha moment when I saw actual production.
Right.
Because, I mean, Illinois got farms, but people don't even connect the dots of the wheat fields get, harvested and then sent to processing, and then it makes its way to a factory and then gets turned into food. The first time I watched how it's made, and they were like, cupcakes, how they're made. And it shows like a guy pouring a massive bag of flour into this giant vat. And I'm just like, wow. And then the machine like cranking out the cupcakes and sealing the bags. How it's made is an amazing show. How it's made is an amazing show. Because people don't recognize supply chain. You go to the store, boom, cupcakes. In a wrapper, you got no idea how they got there.
They grew there.
Yep, just blink, there it is.
It's interesting if you went to the store and on every piece of food you were going to buy, there was a little video under it that was showing you the entire manufacturing process of the piece. Sorry to interrupt you, though.
Oh, no problem. No, so Machiavelli talked about rule of foxes and rule of lions, right? And your foxes are your very clever, quick-witted. They're going to be kind of your liberals. They're going to be the people who are good at combining and coming up with new ideas. And then your lions are going to be kind of your more conservative, patriotic, martial type people. And he said at the beginning, your civilizations are always run by lions because they have to secure safety. You have to make sure you're getting food supply, those kind of things. But over time, as your society gets more complex, you start to see the rise of the foxes because they're able to address these new things, these new problems that are coming up. They're able to make these new combinations and synthesize things. But as your society gets more decadent, as you get further away from the problems that the lions solve, you forget why you had lions in the first place. Mm-hmm. And your foxes become the dominant ruling class. And we are so far around the bend, we are all foxes, right? Everyone in charge right now is a college grad. They've never been in the military. They've never farmed. They don't know anything about this stuff. Food shows up at their table. Truck drivers bring it to them. They never give it a second thought. Of course, the world's safe. We're America. We can conquer anything. And so they don't think about what happens when you can no longer just work your way out of this by being clever. What happens when the rubber meets the road?
And you know what lions do? Lions sleep. They sleep most of the day. Mm-hmm. Lionesses, I guess, go out and actually do work, but the male lions just sleep. And it kind of feels like that's what it is. The foxes have started conniving, started scheming and taking things while the lion looks around and he's like, hey, Simba, all that the sun touches is ours.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Yep.
And then the foxes run in and just start controlling everything, and the lions don't pay attention.
They sleep to conserve their energy for the hunt or something?
No, they just sleep. The lionesses do the hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dudes basically get up, eat, bang, and go to sleep.
So Kamala Harris, she's the lioness in this equation?
I don't know. She's probably the hyena.
I think this is a good metaphor. She's a hyena, dude. You hear that laugh?
If we're doing Lion King, she's definitely a hyena.
Yeah.
Is it too far gone?
I think the system's going to have to go through some serious hard times and probably a little bit of collapse before people realize the issue. Mm-hmm. I think that we've been trained to believe that experts are the key, right? You got to have an expert for everything. You need to have a person who has a particular degree and has enough doctorates, enough credentials, and they're the ones that solve everything. Everything is solvable through like this kind of managerial scientific system. But it's not. And at the end of the day, there are certain things that have to be done physically in the real world. It's not just always ideas that solve these problems. And I think until people taste some of the difficulty that comes from a society that's entirely based on kind of fox governors, they're never going to realize the problem.